My name is Sean Waffel. I'm the first baseman and a pitcher. 2 weeks ago, we went to Golden, Colorado to compete in a tournament. It went pretty well the first game. We were up quite a few runs, and then they came back and beat us. And then second game, we just didn't play like we used to. And then the third game, we were kind of getting back in our groove in the second half. And then the last game on that Sunday, we actually beat the team that beat us the day before pretty well too. And while we were down there, we went to this amusement park kind of thing, Boondocks, and we did some go-karts and mini golf pretty much the whole time and some bowling. And overall, it was a really good trip.
I'm JT Hani. I play third base. We went up to Colorado. The first day we got there, I hit my first home run, and then from there we just did our thing, and it brought the team together. Mainly when we were up there, we just played our game. There was nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Harvey Walding. I play catcher and second base. I feel like the Colorado trip, like all the activities we did, it really brought our team together better. Just like on the field, we didn't do as good as we were hoping, and I feel like we could have done a lot better with like the play and stuff.
We're talking baseball with Randy Doran here in Belle, Fourche, coach of the Post 32 team. And how's the summer going, Randy?
Thanks for being here tonight, Dwight. It's going pretty good so far. We've finally got to an age group where we got enough players that not everyone's playing every weekend. We've got about 7 senior-only players that can't play in the junior level anymore, which is different than in years past. So it's really kind of been a little bit different for us in terms of our summer season. We've had 2 senior tournaments. First one this summer, we went down the Spearfish early on, played a couple games down there. The final game got rained out, finished 1-2 in that tournament. Was able to beat a good Rapid City Post 315 team. Then we kind of struggled a little bit against a couple of Wyoming schools. And then most recently, our senior team went down to Denver, Colorado. We played in a tournament down there. It's called the Ore Digger Classic, hosted by Colorado School of Mines. For being from Belle Fourche, a small town, playing against some teams from the Denver area, we felt that we held our own and then some in that tournament. We went 1-3. We felt we could have easily been 2-2 or 3-1 in that tournament. One game we had the lead all the way to the bottom of the 7th, and then the other team kind of came away and scored the last 3 runs to win that one. And then the team that we beat in our seeded game on Sunday, we actually played them the day before, and we felt that we were just as good as talented as they were. We just had some miscues on our end, and they were able to capitalize, and that was kind of the difference in that game. But the teams we played a team out of Golden, Colorado, a couple teams out of one of the teams was out of Longmont, Colorado, a team from the Castle Rock area. So definitely some really good competition, and that's really what we're trying to do this summer is we want our guys to play against teams that are as high a caliber as we can get them in, just so that way when we get to regionals, which we're going to host here in Belle Fourche on July 20th, once we get to regionals and play other teams that are our size, we've seen some really talented pitching, some really talented teams, and we're hoping that just increases our level of play so that way when we do play teams that are our size, it'll kind of give us a little bit of a leg up on the competition.
Coach, a tournament like that down in Colorado, one thing that makes it really tough is you're facing pitchers you've never seen before. How'd the boys do?
I felt they did pretty well. 3 of the 4 games, I thought we had some really good at-bats as our team. JT Hani, he hit his first career home run down there. I don't know if it was the elevation, the wind blowing out, or just the perfect storm of a small field, but he was able to put one over the fence for his first career home run, which was great to see. Evan Visha, he's continued to do well behind the plate, defensively and at the plate offensively this summer. He's kind of had himself locked in right in the middle of the order. Gabe Heck, his game's starting to come around like we know it would this summer as well. He's starting to be more consistent back in that leadoff spot like we like to see. Nolan Wallfeld, he shows some good power potential. We just got to get him a little bit more selective, waiting for his pitch a little bit more. He wants to hit the ball so bad that he gets a little too aggressive up at the plate, swinging at some pitches that he should probably lay off of. But once he can get that plate discipline down a little bit, find his pitch that he wants, he's going to be another guy that's really going to contribute a lot for us as well. And then just overall, that Colorado trip, we had a lot of guys step up. Alex Ferguson, he's kind of been a role player for us. He's due. He's had so many hard hit balls that defense is just making some really great plays on. We saw some really great teams down there. I think, a couple of his hits, I think saw 2 of his hits get taken away by diving catches. Another couple of hard hit ground balls that were snagged that they just made some great plays on. So he's close. It's not seeing it yet in the stat sheet, but he's a guy that when he goes up to the plate now, we're thinking he could put together a good at bat and put some good, contact on the ball too. A lot of the guys are just trying to get back into the rhythm. Like I said, we're not playing as often as we were during the high school season. So with some of that time off, we're working on trying to make some small adjustments again. So that way, once we get to that regional tournament here in Belle Fourche in July, that's where we want to be at the top. That's where we want to be at the top of our game. So it's continuing to make those adjustments, facing those difficult teams. It was great going down to Colorado. We saw teams that we've never seen before, and it just really makes your guys kind of focus on playing within themselves and what they can do together to try and put together a good competition and get those wins that we were able to get. Part of what we try and do as a program is every year, every summer, our goal is to kind of take these kids and play someplace we haven't played before, play teams we haven't played before, get exposure. When we played in that Colorado tournament, there were college coaches there from Colorado Mines who was hosting, as well as some of the other Colorado schools. Just trying to get these guys in front of, people that could help them continue their baseball career possibly. But it's also a great team builder event for us. While we were down in Colorado, we were able to take the boys out to a Colorado Rockies game. They beat the Padres that night. So that was great to see. Had the boys get in there early so that way they could watch the Padres take batting practice. They got to watch some of the pitchers warm up in the bullpen. And then just spending a night with the baseball team out there on the field watching the game. It was just a really good night for them and really good night for them to kind of grow together a little bit too, if you will. Also, we took them to kind of a go-kart track, arcade, a video game place, a lot of fun stuff to do there. They had mini golf. Again, just let the boys kind of be teenage boys and hang out with their buddies, have some fun while we're down there too. Again, that's all just part of what we're trying to do is, get these guys to bond together as a team. And I really think that this tournament that we did this year in Colorado really kind of helped that. I feel that our team is starting to, like I said, we're starting to get to the point where we're hoping to be peaking at the top of our potential in July. And, getting away from this area, sometimes that just kind of helps create a good reset for these guys where they could just be out with their buddies, playing baseball, and not have any other distractions around them than just being around the baseball team.
Well, Randy, thanks again for visiting about the team, and good luck.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming down. And like I said, we're excited. We're going to be hosting right here on our field the Class B Senior Regional Tournament, July 20th to 23rd. And then we're also been selected to host the Junior Regional Tournament for the Junior Legion as well. That's going to be that next Monday, Tuesday, July 25th and 26th. So we're going to have a lot of teams from the western side of South Dakota in Class B level coming down here trying to play for state. We're hoping with the way our team's been playing as we're continuing to get better, and then with this great fan support we've had all year behind us, that we can get this place packed, give this team a really good home crowd to play in front of, and try and make that state tournament this year, not at just the 18U, but the 16U as well. And hopefully, once we get there, then after that, we just kind of see how the matchups work out, put our best foot forward, and try and get to another state tournament.